Adult Swim is the late-night cable version of Cartoon Network. We have stuff that really pushes the boundaries, and the games imprint is trying to do something similar to the TV side and bring awesome independent voices with a sense of humor and a sense of style to independent games.
We look for really up-and-coming, interesting voices, people who could use some financial support as well as some, marketing muscle.
You've got indie developers who have a great amount of talent, and being able to help developers like Double Fine bring Headlander out to the masses is just, that's the super exciting part. Headlander is a PS4 console exclusive coming in 2016 from Adult Swim Games and Double Fine. Headlander is this retro futuristic style game where you wake up as a head in a spaceship. You don't know what happened to your body, you don't know what's happening. You take the mission from the voice in your ear and explore this spaceship and this really expansive space station. One of the lines that really struck me when they first pitched it is Lee Petty said he wanted to make lasers cool again. And in this game we got lasers like you wouldn't believe, just bouncing all over the environment, hitting targets. It's great. The developer on Rain World is Video Cult. It's a small team based out of Boston.
So Rain World, you are a slug cat, this little creature. One of the cool things about that game is that all the movement is procedurally generated. So as you're doing different stuff, the actual animation for the character is changing. And you're essentially in this, I guess it's like a dystopian world where everything's kind of in the background that's destroyed and there's only creatures left. So there's all these different lizards and other animals that you kind of have to deal with. And each of them has a different kind of like mechanic for how they're finding you. Some of them are blind and they only go by sound, so if you stay still, they'll kind of leave the screen. Other ones are smell. Those creatures also always fight too, so you can actually, avoid a fight by just waiting for two creatures to hit each other, or you can use bats, which are food, as lures to kind of cause that all to happen. And the whole thing is you have to get to a nest before the next rain cycle starts, which is where the name comes from. And if that happens, it kind of just floods the world and kills you off, so you have to go back to your last nest and kind of try again to get through all the puzzles and terrain.
The developers on Death's Gambit are White Rabbit, John and Alex, and they're just super skilled.
So Death's Gambit is one of those very difficult games, like a Demon's Souls, and essentially it's all about kind of learning the mechanics of the enemies and knowing when to expect them, although some are hidden, so it's kind of learning the levels. You kind of got brought back from the dead, and you have to do whatever this overarching character told you to do. And one of the most interesting things about that game is the boss fights are all like really big and epic, kind of like a Shadow of Colossus.
The team over at Ragtag is doing Raise the Dead, and you are this character Ray who is a zombie, and he's trying to gain back some of his humanity.
And essentially you're doing puzzles and you're using zombies that you've taken over, I guess, mentally to do them. And you can create new zombies by killing characters in the game and turning them or finding them in graves and that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty interesting concept as far as grabbing things and using them and exploring the world and getting through all the puzzles.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Adult Swim on PS4. I think gamers are really going to like what we offer in terms of visuals and tone and variety in our catalog, and I think people are going to love it.
PlayStation's been my kind of base console forever. I still have the 3 and 4 in my living room. So just the fact to get to work on these games with Sony and PS4 is awesome.
This is really, for us, we consider it just the beginning, and we're hopefully going to continue to support, small developers, but also start making more and more games like Headlander, some larger experiences, and really just spanning the gamut of like what great independent games can be.
Part of the reason I'm here is that I'm an Adult Swim fan from way back. I love the shows, and I'm a huge gamer, and I believe in helping indie developers who have a unique voice, bring that so that people can play it.
PlayStation